Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. We are going to get messy today. And I see Lori and Barbara and probably a few lurkers that don't say hello right away, and that's okay too. Hopefully the sound is okay. Please let me know in the comments. I always like to check the sound right away. If you're watching this in the replay, thanks so much. I appreciate any time you can join us. And I am gonna jelly print today. Let me just ask in the comments about the sound. I never like to keep going, yammering on, and then find out nobody can hear me. Okay, sound is good, says Barbara. Good. Because I'm going to get messy, it's going to be hard for me to turn and type. So hopefully one of my mods will be able to join us at some point. Oh, I should put my hair up because I get paint in my hair. So hey, Lori, how you doing today? If I miss a question, just repeat it since I will not be able to go back. Let's see, I got to move this just a little bit so I can still see the chat. Hi, Candace. You are still recovering from knee surgery and can't get into your art room. Oh, what a bummer. Hey, Patty. Yeah, lurk and work and watch me make a mess. And it's been so long, it's going to take me a while to get into the stream of things, so to speak. But I'm excited, and I'm going to try and work simply. Although as I look at all the paints I took out, it's like, that's not so simple, Susan. So let's start with some backgrounds. I have a couple of ideas for things I want to do afterwards. And let me make me small while I can still hit the buttons, because you want to see what I'm working on. You don't necessarily need to see me. Hey, Lucy. Oh, COVID. Yikes. I'm so sorry. All right. Let's see. I can bring you down a little bit more. I'm starting with some tissue paper. This is just regular gift wrap paper. And I want the wrinkles. My cursor there. Yeah, maybe we can distract you a little bit. I want some of these with some really good wrinkles to see if my idea will work after it's dry. I don't know. But one of the things that I love about working with tissue paper, of course, is it's so lightweight that you can layer it all over the place. Hey, Victoria, happy day after your birthday. Looks like you had a marvelous day. Mariah, happy birthday to Mariah. Let's all say happy birthday to Mariah. It's her birthday today. She has got some fun stuff going on over in her Facebook group. You have never done jelly printing, Lucy? Oh, wow. Well, Mariah's channel is all kinds of jelly printing. They have got, and they experiment with texture. They just so many goodies. So many goodies. So did Izzy do anything special to help your birthday celebration get off to a good start? So I will admit right off the bat, the thing that I do the most often that I shouldn't do with my jelly printing is I get too much paint on. So I'm going to try and force myself to work small. Jelly print and mark making on Sunday. Nice. And I actually didn't mean to start on that plate, but okay. And I buried my brayers. Always takes me a little while to get into things, but let's see. Well, I guess we're going to do both. Hey, Joanne, we're going to do both at once. Because what I want, just get some backgrounds to get started on this wrinkled tissue paper. Yes, I'm going to have a lot of jelly printing videos coming. I am a jelly plate abuser. Already just getting started and I already can't talk. I do not take good care of my jelly plates and they give me all great textures as a result. What kind of paint? I have got the cheapy paint that you can get for, 99 cents to $1. I have got some Liquitex Basics. It's all just acrylics. I've got some of my Goldens. I've got just stuffs. Barbara says, I postponed getting a jelly plate for more than a year, watched a gazillion videos, finally bought one and never looked back. It's my favorite thing to do, and I use the prints everywhere. Yeah, you can use your sprays, you can use your gelatos. I mean, you can use everything. So what I want on a few papers is just I don't want any texture. I just want the only texture I want is from the wrinkles. I just want a few papers that just have got a blue background, and I won't be able to tell you about what I'm going to do with it until I see. So you can use the wrapping paper text, which is what I'm doing here. And you just have to be very careful. I don't know how much you can see since it's so light. Hey, Drew. You have a jelly plate and you haven't used it yet? Oh my. Oh, why did my thing go out of focus? Is it because of the white back here? Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up before my hands get too icky. Pull up my camera settings. Yeah, lay back and watch, Lucy, and just relax until you feel better. All right, let's see if we look here. Okay, hopefully, yeah, anything. Oh, yeah, scrunching up the tissue paper gives you these just wonderful effects. I should have brought a dark piece. Wait a minute, I got something. I've got some brown paper here. That should showcase it a little better. Like I said, I have a plan, but I need something that looks like sky. So let's see if we can get. Yeah, the crackle is just awesome. And I didn't bring any darker blues, surprisingly. Come on, blue. Hey, Sharon, good morning to you. And of course, more than I planned, but that's okay. That's okay too. I just really want. Look at me not putting half a bottle of paint on the jelly plate. It's really tempting for me when I'm working small, and I'd squeeze out way too much. All right, so here's my tissue paper. Our clocks are going to change at the beginning of November. No worries, Barbara. And like I said, I once I've got my fingers all messy, I can't get over there to type. So if I miss something that you guys asked me, just repeat it. Hey, Sherry, how you doing today? So the tissue paper, you just need to be gentle with it, and it's easier when they're smaller pieces. I don't know why I put my November 7th, yeah. All right, let's see. Get a little bit more blue. I really wished I'd grabbed some darker blue. Let's see, what can we put with it? Oh, I know. Be gentle and quick. Yeah. Yeah. If you leave it to sit on there for a while. Oh, come on. When it gets that far down in the jar. Okay. There's no reason you shouldn't come out. Yeah. Knowing when to stop. Well, I waited to do jelly printing until I had finished both the D-stash and cleaning up the studio. I took a bunch of pictures of all my space before today, because I know this stuff's going to be out now for the next, few weeks. Okay, this wasn't quite the way I planned on it, but it's okay. I kind of want to just mix it up. It's okay, Mariah. I know you'll be in and out, and I'm not doing anything you haven't seen before, but I do hope you're going to have a happy birthday today. I didn't grab the squeaky brayer, so that's good. This is not really going to be a sky. Yeah, the space gets to be a problem. I was thinking about that today, and I'm thinking I need to bring in one of my rolling carts from outside because it's got 3 shelves and space for a lot of things. But the stuff dries pretty quick. So especially, you know, we've got the cooler weather here. Hey, Doreen. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're having a good day. Whoops, forgot to even put it. We won't even wrinkle this one. We're just going to get it on there before my paint's all dry. Working small at least. Whoops. I usually can get, let's see, I should move this one over, huh? Let's move it over a little. I might actually be able to get both little ones in the screen. I have got fabric underneath my jelly plates so that anything that goes over, and I can just rest my brayer down there and it will build up some great color. $22 people already. Yeah, jelly printing is popular. Hey, Terry. Yeah, it's not quite the sky I wanted, but I do like that it's darker. Didn't get as much texture on that, so let's see what else we can do with it. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going the other direction, right? Not nearly enough paint, but it's okay. Terry, you're awesome at reminding things. All right, let's just get a little bit. I don't want anything that looks like anything. Let's just get another little color on here. So those of you that do jelly prints and that are close enough to your computer to be able to comment, what are your favorite mark making tools? Oops. Okay. And there's a rip. And you know what? It's not the end of the world because this is collage material. It's not a big deal. It is not a big deal at all. Well, Sharon, you know, I see every time I turn around, it's like there's another tip about how to store your jelly plates. I am, as I said, I am a serial jelly plate abuser. And so my jelly plates get on a piece of paper and they get in my drawer and they get stacked on top of each other. And yeah, things can definitely, you know, leave marks in your plate. And if that bothers you, then you need to be more particular about it. But I don't. So bubble wrap, leaves, corrugated cardboard. Yep. I figure as my plates age, they're just going to give me more texture, just like more layers in my collage stuff. I have one very pristine plate that I haven't opened yet, another 5x7. You know, I think you can find enough people that are going to tell you enough different things each time that you should or shouldn't do with your plates. But I'm really bad. Like I said, I abused the heck out of mine. All right, I want some wrinkles. And then I'm going to move on to the leaves here. I think this will be the last of the blue. Because the blue ones are just going to dry, and then I'm going to do something with them later. When I first started doing jelly plate printing, I used to think, oh, hey, Nettie, how are you doing? Glad you stopped in to say hi. I used to think I had to, you know, get all, I just was really not thinking. It's like, oh, I have to get paint on all the pieces of paper. I didn't think about being able to cut them apart or tear them. Oh, this one's going to work great for what I have planned. I know you can't really see very much, but awesome, awesome wrinkles that I forgot to put on this one. Yeah, I didn't plan on using 2 plates, but one was supposed to be the palette. But you know what? It's all good. None of it, there's no stress, because if you saw the video I put up yesterday or Monday, art is supposed to make you happy. And if it's not making you happy, you're doing the wrong kind of art. They look a lot like leaf veins to you. Good. Hey, Marjorie. You're kind of close. You're kind of close. So we'll see when they dry. All right. That's enough of my blues. I'm over the blues. So I'm going to pull those out of the way. Look at me trying to be organized. Don't laugh. All right. What do we want for background? We want some neutral backgrounds before we start doing things with the leaves. So let's, well, not before, but oh, just roll with it, Susan. Don't worry. Sharon says, I've had air bubbles form on one of mine. I think it happens more when the weather is hot, and I love the texture, but I've been storing my plates between plastic sheets. Yeah, it's just, I decided very early on that I was not going to stress about it, because otherwise, you know, little Miss Perfectionist climbs over the back seat into the front and thinks she can drive the car. And it's like, heck no, you do not get to drive the car. You don't. It's not going to happen. I meant to put aside the ones that were close to being empty. Now, all my leaves are super dry. So some of them might crack on the plate, and I'm okay with that too. You have to be okay with the unexpected stuff that's going to happen. I could have gone out and picked a bunch of fresh leaves, but the thing is, I have all of these. So let's use them up, right? And if I get some partial prints, I mean, once they get some paint on them, they should be fine. And if they don't, it's okay. Then they become backgrounds for something else. You know, if I can, you know, have one thing that's my mantra that I get out to all of you is don't stress about the art, because I probably wasted a couple of years of art making that could have been a whole lot more fun and a whole lot less stressful if I just relaxed about it all. And I could, you know, take the paint that's on here and put it on something else, but I'm not going to, I don't want to work that hard. This is fun time with my friends. I just want to get some stuff happening. I'm not going to worry about rips. I'm working with tissue paper. It's going to happen. When I get down to the rest of this tissue paper, I'll move over to deli paper, which is a little sturdier. Cabin fever, huh, Nettie? That's not fun. Yeah, we are one person away from hitting 400 in the Facebook group. One person away. All right, let's see what we can get on a piece of deli paper. So they're not, you know, they don't send me over the moon. They're kind of light. We're just getting started. Barbara just posted a new video, Happy Mail video, plus one about a little book she made for all the zines she has. Nice. This is the deli paper that comes folded. So there's going to be creases there. You know what? I'm not worried about that either. I'm not worried about that either. Let's see. I don't want to go that dark. Let's move some of the ones that are upside down because they are getting low on paint. Let's see if we can maybe even, I know I won't actually empty anything, but I can get close. Carrie's got her wonderful list of all your channels. What do I want to mix with this? No, I'm going to save that. Let's do a little bit of the gold. It's at the bottom of the bottle, so it's going to come out fat, and that's okay. We'll just move some over here. Just kind of want to, ooh, that's a lot of paint. It's okay. It is okay. Let's just take the other side of this. I'm just going to take a little bit of this paint off. Not a lot, just a little. There we go. I like this bronzy color. This is nice. Okay, I decided something. I have a couple pieces of tissue paper left. Yeah, very autumn looking. So what is everybody working on? I'm going to have a lot of jelly printing videos coming out because I know once I get the stuff out, I tend to do a lot of jelly printing for a few weeks. And I've got some book projects to finish. I need a big piece of something that will fit on that one. I do have an idea. All right, this is jelly paper. I really want those wrinkles. What I love about deli paper, it doesn't matter what side you're on. Okay, let's see if I can get this off without a rip, since the color was just perfect. And hopefully the wrinkles are perfect. I don't know. I'd have to do this color mix again. I do love those wrinkles. All right, we're getting somewhere. I got an idea. Got an idea. Don't want a lot of that. Victoria's going to trash her studio so she can go through everything. It will absolutely help spark your mojo. Hey, Shoshi, how are you doing today? I absolutely love your blue and white work that you shared recently. Oh, Sharon is washing fabrics and waiting for the leg for my shelves to arrive. You still don't have your leg? Oh my goodness. Was that last week or the week before you told us about that? All right. Color that I wanted. Autumn and perhaps sunset. My jelly paper. Hey, Shauna, how's my girl? How are you doing? Bye-bye, Nettie. I'm glad you were able to pop over. Sorry for the noise on the screen if that bothers you guys, but I want to break up that wrinkle just a little bit. Okay. I am awesome today. Absolutely awesome. Whoops. And there I go, throwing deli paper around. Let's see. I'm hoping I got some good wrinkles that will go with my plan. All right. Oh, Sharon, I know that's frustrating. Very frustrating. Good old deli paper takes the abuse. Not that I haven't managed to rip deli paper, because I can, but I love this because then I can actually sew this to some fabric if I want to. All right, let's see. Those are potentially some good wrinkles. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to do what I want. Okay. Pull these guys down to dry. Okay. Now, I really do plan to use the leaves. I do plan to use the leaves. Well, I am super excited that I actually got everything cleaned up. The only thing left to do now is, you know, I need to spend a couple days in the garage so I can get the wet studio up. Since they did the side yard for me, they're going to put, I'm going to come back when the electrician's available and put a couple of outlets out there so I can move my dye pots and my eco printing out there. So I need the garage, and then I can say really that everything has been put back together again. Whoops. Okay. The blue's not working for me in that one. Did I bring a rag somewhere? I thought I did, but I guess not. Still had some blue left on my roller. All right, let's get some leaves on here. Let's do this one might be, is it going to fit? It'll fit. Okay. Doesn't matter. I have to remember to talk. You guys will have to ask me questions because oh, Lori, you are good. You are dedicated. I appreciate that. Lori's got the cutest little Christmas journal she's working on right now. Lucy is intrigued. All right, so you can do this a couple ways. If you want to get the same thing all down there in one color, then you can come in here and because these leaves are so dry. Where are my tweezers? That might be the one thing I forgot to bring out here. All right, this one's not going to survive, but that's okay. Doesn't have to. And then you can just plop this back down if you want to stay right there in the same color family. And it wasn't a really veiny leaf, but that's okay. Hey, Darcy. You're watching Only Murders in This Building. Ooh, is it good? Is it spooky? The big leaves are the ones I normally use on the bigger prints. So this is fine for a background, but I don't think I'm going to do a lot with it. I'll just go ahead and put this down the rest of the way, and then we can do some more prints over it. Yeah, tissue paper and deli paper. I love the really lightweight papers because then it's just so great for layering. I like the deli paper because it takes to sewing afterwards a little bit better. But, you know, it all works. It all works. Okay. Let's do... Ooh. This stuff has not been used for a while. Packing tissue paper here is slightly thicker than what you buy in the shop. You need to source some of that. A little bit of metallic green. Also wanted to do this so that, you know, use the same leaves over and over again so that I can get some leaves coated. Okay, this is begging for tissue paper. My little fennel. Whoops, I moved out of camera, huh? Sorry about that. Or I could just move the camera, might be easier. Carla, hello. Oh my goodness, it's been forever. How are you? Gosh, I probably met a lot of you guys at Carla's live streams. Steve Martin and Martin Short on Hulu. Oh boy. Okay, that sounds like something worth checking out. Let's see if I can get in between the dried fennel. You be good. I'm glad you be good. I be good too. I'll be good too. Just going very gently because this is dried fennel and it's very delicate, but I really want to get all the lines in there. And again, you know, if it breaks when it comes off the plate, it's okay. It's okay. This is one of my favorites, though. It's one of my favorite printers. Because of the lines. Such yummy lines. Let's see, do we have something else we can... Let's just do it over this one and see what we can get. Whoops. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. You know, and I was looking at your channel not too long ago and wondering if you were still making videos. Was glad to see that you still were. Little pieces of the fennel are stuck on the plate, and that's okay too. Yeah, I'm on every Wednesday at this time. This is my hangout time with my buddies. Yeah, the fennel leaves are great. I have a bunch of those saved. All right, the green was kind of light, so you can't really get it. I guess that means we need to do it again, right? Although, I need... Why didn't I bring my tweezers over here? I don't even know. I have like 5 pairs of tweezers for art, and none of them are here, which is such a surprise. So let's do something that doesn't count as much and see if we can pull up some of the fennel that way. Kind of hard to get the little tiny bits off. Oh, I forgot I had this thing. This might help. Yeah. And that's what I love about having fabric underneath here is I can just wipe it off on the fabric. It doesn't matter. The silicone brush is not going to hurt anything on the jelly plate. So you don't come watch Susan do jelly printing to learn how to do jelly printing. You come for the conversation and the once in a while surprise. All right, let's get something dark on here. Yeah, packing tape will get it off. I can't get to my tape either right now, though. That's a hard thing about working in a small space. Of course, and then I still had some fronds on my brayer. All right. A little bit more paint than I would like, but let's see what else we have in here. Do the pine and the mallow. And what have I got over here? Another thing of tissue paper. Trying to use up my stash of paints that are almost done. My papers, I have a whole bunch of tissue paper that I had left, I don't know, odd pieces and stuff. Yeah, if anything else, you know, the biggest thing, like I said, that I want to teach anybody or just encourage anybody is if you're not having a good time, stop it and go do something else. You know, you have to try all the different art mediums and say, okay, yeah, I tried that. It's not for me. All right, so the pine doesn't do so good that way. That's fine. You're not going to like most of the time, everything that you try, you know, maybe you try assemblage and you say, no, I don't like that. Maybe you try watercolor and you're like, no, I don't like that. Or maybe you fall in love with something new and you work on that. Let's see if I can get anything better on this one. Maybe not. And most of my really good jelly printing, I confess, happens off camera. It just, yeah, you get amusement. But if you're not having fun with what you're doing, then why are you still doing it? All right, let's see if this will fit on just barely. That's okay. We'll just get part of it. I can always just rip apart the fennel part. Sometimes y'all come away from a session and I'll think, well, what I learned is color combinations that I really like or color combinations I don't like. All right, not a fan. Exactly, Joanne. After the tissue paper is dry, it can be used for decoupage. So you can't really see in here. You could, now I could take, I don't even know if you guys can really see the leaf here, just a little bit of the leaf line there. But I can rip this part aside, and I can take some fine liners or a white pen and outline it. I could stitch it. You know, the nice thing about using deli paper, like I've said already a couple times, is that the stitching holds up really nicely to it. I still have, where's my little spreader thingy? And the challenge I wanted to do today was not to use a whole bunch of different things for texture. I wanted to really just have a couple tools and my plants. Even though there's tons of things around the house that you can use. Carla's got a whole bunch of videos on using regular household things to make mark making. Mariah's channel, they do a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. But I really, you know, I still got out more things than I needed today, but I want to get better at not trying to bring out the kitchen sink because then I have to go put it away. And, you know, if you have to put stuff away after every live stream, for me, I find that I am less likely to want to do the live stream because I don't want to, I just don't want the messes. I want to be able to get in there and work after this. I had, the redwood might print a little better. We're going to do this side down and bye, Carla. Happy to see you pop in. Yeah, whatever is left of the white background just blends into your papers. I don't like the cleanup, yeah. And I like to work, I mean, I like to make a big mess when I'm working. So I've got projects that I want to finish. You guys have seen me start a gazillion projects. I've got tons of videos to do. But I was like really weighted down by the fact that all the places I work were just completely a disaster zone, just everything. So, and then having the workers here, so they're done until the electrician has time for us. Because I can't really get deep into a creative project when I've got workers here. Yeah, it's nice to see her pop up. Okay, so we just have, you know, a blotchy outline. It's okay. It's okay. I am not going to worry about it. So I just get some of that in the circle. You know, so if you get some good color tones, they make great for collage stuff. And I'm going to start a different way of putting some of my papers together, my books together. Okay, so we're building up. This takes a while. I got to build up the layers. Build up the layers. Can you believe I have not been going to green? Yeah, the cleaning takes an hour to make a project and 3 days to clean up the aftermath. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm trying to improve my habits on. I know I won't ever be great at it. I'm just not a super neat person, but I would like to get a little better at it. All right, let's see if we can add some of that green in now. Barbara says, I love playing with the little plates. I've got a 3x5 that came with a couple stencils, makes great little painterly backgrounds for cards, quick and easy. Yeah. And I realized I was doing a lot of efforts on these big plates, and then I was tearing them all apart just to use parts of them. It's like, let's just work small. Oh, I love this color. Kind of a reddish brown with some green. This is crying for leaves, I think. All right, let's see if we can find some better leaf choices. All right, that one I know will do good. And this guy and this guy. I'm not going to worry about anything else. And also, I'd normally be standing up when I'm putting things over the jelly plate, and I tend to not do that when I'm doing the live, but it all comes together, and I'm okay with that. What's kind of fun when you do these sorts of prints, if you don't want to just keep going with the jelly printing and you have this outline, now you could take some other mark making or color making. You could take regular paint, you could take inks, you could take watercolors, and then paint the leaf in yourself. Okay, this is just a background, and that's fine. I like that leaf. I like that leaf. And I don't have any good backgrounds, do I? Let's just pile it on top of this one. See if we can get most of it on there. Most of it. It's not all going to happen. I think maybe just get the leaf itself. That's all I wanted. Thank you, Sharon. Hydrate, yes. We have our fingers crossed here in California that we supposedly have a great storm coming. Look at that beautiful leaf. When you have a reliable printer. And so we're really hoping that we should have the next week should be a lot of rain. Not bad, not awesome, but not bad. It's okay. It's okay. What if we had something that was a little, mix my greens. Let's put the greens together and see what we can get here. It's bad. When I start working with the green gold, then I tend to not pull off for anything else. I just love that color. It's harder to do a all over print with the little ones because I did not pull out all the little leaves. Wasn't thinking. Almost gets there. I should have gone the other direction. That's just broke part of the leaf, but Mother Nature breaks the leaves too. Yeah, my son went away for the weekend last weekend, and he had beautiful weather going up there, and then woke up in the morning and had like a foot of snow. All right, is there anything worth trying to put that one on? Let's see if we can get this over this. Because I didn't register the print. It's not going to be exactly, and that's okay. And need to save that part. Let's do just the tissue paper on here. Yeah, this one's wanting to crack, which is fine. But we are ready for the rain. My husband got all the leaves cleaned off the roof. We've got all Zoe's toys picked up from all over the yard, even though she still carries them back down again. The new downspouts got installed. All right, this is already getting a little more interesting. I might not use it just like that, but the edges I love. Hey, Kat. YouTube reminder didn't remind you. I wonder, you know, there's a gal that does these lives, and she has some kind of a automated service that sends a text message just when she's going live. It's not like for chatting or anything. It's just, you know, hey, going live in 10 minutes or whatever. I don't know if something like that would be interesting to people or not. All right, let's see if we can get kind of close. It looks kind of close. And I don't know if this will work or not. The light paper also makes it easier to get kind of close to lining up your prints. That one's off a little bit. It's okay. You know, and there's just so much you can do with stuff like this. I think back that, so, you know, it's not a perfect lineup, and I'm trying to be okay with that. You don't think you'll get snow in Oxford? Let's see. What do we have? Yeah, with the darker color on the bottom, it doesn't pop up nearly as much. I should have done those just on their own. But it's okay. It is all okay. Just kind of want to get some basics. You take these and then you can put them in an art journal or as the basis of a collage on a larger piece. I can tell this one's getting to the end. And we need something lighter. Let's add a little bit of white to both. I tend to go too dark to start with, and that makes it really hard to get other layers on top of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off a little paint or a lot of paint and see if I can remember to go lighter. And sometimes when I do that with taking the paint off, I get even more excited by the pulls. Yeah, you better get to the post office soon. Stuff is going to take a long time again this year. All right, let's... There's probably not enough paint on there. There might be enough. I don't know. We're going to save that one until we have a good one for it. And this, we're just going to keep piling up since it's not looking terrific. We're probably just going to keep building it up. Yeah, I used to go way heavy, and I really have had to work on it. And this is the ugly stepsister right now, and we're just going to let it go. We're just going to keep building up some layers. not very exciting yet. It's okay. Keep telling me it's okay. All right, fewer pieces of the fennel fronds are sticking on there. Do we have anything worth putting that on? Should have made a bunch of backgrounds first, but that's not going to work. We're gonna grab that like here. Okay. Should have grabbed some of my papers that already had backgrounds, but how can I resist that with the fennel? I just can't resist. What can we do light? Let's see. You know, let's go super light with just a, whoa. Let's just get a few. Come on, paint. Come on. You know you want to come out. You know you want to. Or maybe you don't. Well, maybe that my wrinkled tissue paper was my best pulls today. But I think Victoria said it earlier, so the no pressure when you're off camera really helps. All right, that was way too much, but we don't have that much over here. So, and I'm just ignoring that little redwood thing that was there. I'm not even going to try and pull that separately. Where'd my little scraper go? This is why I don't normally do a lot of jelly printing live, is because it's not super exciting. So we're dependent upon you guys and the great conversation. That's what we're dependent upon to keep the live alive. All right. So what do we have that we can do some, just some textures. That's all I want. It's just a little plastic spoon. And it's got a little bit of a design on the other side of it. A little too perfect. All right, let us one of my threads went in there. Oh, this is going to be interesting because thread does great things as far as a texture goes. Something I hope is that a crummy jelly printing live does not turn people off from watching jelly printing videos that will hopefully be better. Yeah, slow pace is nice too. So I got a little bit of my redwood on there. Yeah, I think it's probably been 6 months since I did any jelly printing, so kind of out of the zone of thinking what I wanted. Yeah, look at what the threads did. How cool is that? Okay, but that's got some nice backgrounds on it. So I kind of want to just get some background since I didn't pull any out. And let's just see if we can get some nice, not dark backgrounds. Let's see. Oh, come on. That's also hard, is when you're doing it live and you have your paint that's at the end of the bottle. But I didn't want to open anything new. Let's just roll that down. I need something to prop it up against. All right. Just get some light backgrounds going. And then we'll bring the leaves. But you do get into a zone when you're doing jelly printing, and it is harder when you're live because I really want to, make sure I'm paying attention to you guys because you're here for me. So I don't want to ignore you guys. Hey, Randy, how are you doing today? Lucy says, any suggestions for suitable paper to use in the UK? You can get any kind of wet strength tissue paper. tea bag paper, which I think is more easy for you guys to get than it is for us here. Wrapping, I use wrapping tissue paper. That's the first stuff that I've been using. Yeah, I'm not stressed. Sometimes I get disappointed because it's like, oh, I want you guys to have something that's got a little bit of a wow factor, but you know me, and I'm okay with not being perfect with you guys because I am not letting little Miss Perfectionist out of the back seat. That is where she belongs. She actually belongs in the trunk. And I'm purposely not using any stencils. I don't want any of the stencil look on here. I just kind of want it to look like something that's been picked up off the side of the road. And we'll just add some more textures of our own with the wrinkled tissue paper. Go back to languishing, Lucy. I hope that you are on the mend. So this is just wrapping tissue paper that came in gifts. And sometimes I iron it. I usually iron the stuff after. But what I want is this. And I also have the brown packing paper, which is I think I even brought some out here. Let's see if I have something big enough for my round. I love the Amazon packing paper. It is a great paper to print on. And again, it holds up when you stitch on it. Exactly, Barbara. Jelly printing is the surprise art. The wow factor comes along when we least expect it. That is it. And that's what I got when I did my first stuff with tissue paper. So I'm actually really excited for what I'm going to do after the live. And I will record it for you guys with the wrinkled backgrounds. So because this had the wrinkles in it, it didn't pick up as much of the stuff I did with the spoon, and that's okay. It's a light background. It's got some nice lines in it. That's what I want. Just a little bit of the texture there is all I wanted. I did not bring any of my oranges out, and I didn't bring any red to make any oranges. So we're just going to keep going with this. What the heck? Let's mix a little bit of blue in here, just a tiny bit. The painter's paper is nice too. A moon for a harvest collage. Yep. I have painter's paper in a couple of colors and different weights. And I like that. It's another great collage one. And I like anything that will handle me sewing through it. The tissue paper itself, unless I've got a lot of layers of paint on it, usually doesn't work quite as well. There was a couple of, are there any things here that we didn't like that much? That's just get a little bit of something in here. And we can take my pine, didn't do so well, but we can, whoops, and it's going to break apart on the plate too. All right, that's fine. I see how you're going to be. But I didn't sit down to print today with the idea that I was going to make perfect prints. Parchment paper is awesome too. It all works. It all works. There's nothing you can't use as far as a paper goes. And as far as a coloring agent. Good morning, Diane. How are you today? I do a lot with copy paper. Yeah, just, and books. If you're taking apart book text, obviously it works really great. And I have some of that at the bottom of my stack. It always depends on how far I'm getting. There's not going to be much color on here because the paint's really thin and dry, but that's okay. It just means another one. Newsprint, absolutely. And again, the advantage of newsprint is it's going to be very thin like tissue paper. It's not going to be translucent. It is also going to rip easily, so you just have to be careful with it. Okay, so this is just building up just some very light layers. We'll put another color on top of that. It doesn't have much on there because I let it dry because I was yakking. I'm going to stick with my yellows right now. Baking paper, wax paper even works. You can use the back side of it and you can get some, again, crunch that stuff up and you get some really nice textures with it. Go a little paler. And I'm looking for a particular color. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, parchment paper I like. That one still has to be mixed a little more. That's okay. We'll just let that go like that. Just get a light yellow. Yeah, so if I'd have been really stressing about it, I would have gotten out the papers that, you know, need more layers on them. It's like, no, I don't want to think that much, you know, because then I'd be looking at it thinking what colors I want next. I just really wanted to come out and chat and relax and celebrate that I was able to take pictures of a clean studio. My pine tree is breaking. Well, baking paper here is considered parchment paper. Hello, Catherine. How are you from South Carolina? All right, let's just get a few layers on there. Rice paper is another good one. And sometimes, you know, you get copy paper that's so thin. I mean, it's not going to be translucent, but it's so thin that you don't like to use it maybe for your journal pages. I'm sorry. This is just tissue paper. Wrinkled tissue paper is just my absolute favorite. I lost my brown piece of paper to show you, but whoops, forgot to do the other side. This is why normally one plate is best for me because I get sidetracked and I forget. Glad you could catch us live too. Oh, and your baking paper is wax paper. Oh, interesting. This still has a little bit on it, so let's see if we get any more. No, okay. So what are we looking at time-wise? Parchment paper called grease paper across the pond. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And I would not mind getting a little bit of gold. Where's my green one? Is this the green one? Yeah. These are metallics. Get just a little bit, a few backgrounds with these, I think might be kind of nice. So who's working on Christmas projects? I know Lori was, but she's driving, and Lori, do not stop driving to comment. Let's see. Sharon says, our parchment paper is paper with a marbled type effect that is very special paper for using printing invitations for weddings. And it's not like vellum. Is vellum different for you, Sharon? Hi, Angela. She says, I have some brown parchment paper. I'll have to have a try and see how it turns out. I think you might be surprised. Pretty cool stuff. All right, let's see. If this one will fit on here, that would be really nice. This is like a metallic green gold with those two combined. And let's go on to the deli paper. Whoops, I forgot to put any other marks on here. Oh, well, it's going to be a solid background. Catherine's planning. Diane's working on her ocean journal tutorial. Look at that color, is so yummy. Oh, vellum is the same. Okay, interesting. We watch a lot of Australian and New Zealand TV shows, so we always get a kick out of, you know, just the different names. Joanna, you making Christmas ornaments for your shop or Christmas things for your shop? Interesting. It looks so much nicer on the plate. I mean, it still looks good, but let's get a piece of brown paper so you can see. It's got, you know, it's got some shimmer. So now it just needs something to go on top of it. But, oh, this is what we need. Okay, this is a darker green that's not metallic. Let's see, what is an hour in and Susan starts to get the ideas. All right, let's try and just work on one plate. And I'm going back to my friend, Mr. Fennel. And I need to just take the outside paint off first. Wrinkle up my paper. Yeah, it does. It takes me a long time, evidently, to get warmed up. Joanne is making ornament. Randy says, I barely just got used to fall. Not ready for Christmas. You have one person you watch daily who has started Christmas, says Darcy. Terry's going to be painting some ice skates. Okay, I'm squeezing down in here because I really want to get those lines from the fennel. Bonus, if it lands on the tissue paper, if I get the tissue paper print. I can feel some of them breaking, so hopefully it's not going to get in the way too much, but this should print nice. And it's starting to rip, and it's okay too. I'm always happier when I get to the greens. All right, so that's a nice fennel print, but what should be really nice is if I'm so close in here. Okay, even though there's a little rip in here, I don't care. Just have to get the part of the fennel that's still on there. Yeah, the fennel is just, there we go. There we go. Let me get my darker paper. I love this. It's even darker in person. This one is just exactly the little subtle look that I wanted. Okay, let's see if we can get it on the round one. And now the brayer is going to be squeaky. All right, I see how you are. And I'm going to get that there. There we go. No, and I just never know. I have a lot of collaging I want to do. I'm going to do a lot of jelly printing for the next week or two. And then there's a lot of collaging in my future. Mariah is back and not sure for how long. So Mariah, what special birthday celebration is planned for you today? Gonna have a favorite dinner? Ooh, who has a favorite birthday dinner? What would be your favorite birthday dinner? I don't have a favorite birthday dinner. It's probably steak. And then it's got to be red velvet cake with the cooked flour frosting. Yeah, the fennel reminds me of fibers too. See, even though it's that first print, it's already better. All right, but let's see what we can get. This is where I wish I had my tweezers. I don't want to smear All right. Oh, it looks so pretty on the plate. Food is my favorite birthday dinner. Ooh, fondue. Yum. We do raclette instead of fondue. And so we can get close. It should be pretty close. Mariah says, I really love sushi. Steak is nice too, but I really love crawfish. When I lived in Louisiana, lived in New Orleans, we would have crawfish boils every Friday. It was so good. Catherine says anything as long as it's in a restaurant. Roast pork. Used to celebrate the entire month. Fun. Where's my brown paper? This one might have come out even better. All right. Hey, Paula. Good morning. Try not to be shocked. Yeah, here 2 weeks in a row. Well, it's okay. Glad you're here. Paula and Diane and Sharon beat you over here. Raclette. Raclette is a Swiss kind of sort. It's not really fondue, but it's melted cheese. And there's a little raclette grill. And then you use raclette cheese. It's a special kind of cheese. And they go on these little trays and they go under the heating element and the cheese melts. And then you put it over like potatoes. We do a really nice potato with it, or over crackers or bread or veggies. And there's a little grill on top so you can put things up there to toast or grill. Yeah, it's one of our favorites in the wintertime. All right, we still have fennel pieces there. All right, if all I get out of here are those 2 fennel pieces, I am thrilled. And I don't, yarrow's another one because when I press it, it gets so flat. These guys are just not going to come off. The birthday festival. Yeah, so we have a little grill for 2 because it's just the 2 of us. And we did it so much. We're on our second grill because we burnt it out. Okay, I think. All right, I really like these 2. I don't know that I want to mess with those. Let's see what else we have in here. All right. Angela says, I've collected vintage fondue pots. We had a Christmas fondue party during COVID with the kiddos. So much fun. But the kids thought it was a lot of waiting. Yeah. Did you do the melted chocolate and dipped marshmallows? That was my favorite thing with fondue, besides the cheese. I mean, come on, cheese. All right. Let's see. What if we just make it, if we take the gold and we're going to put a little bit of yellow instead of the orange. We're going to stay light. Yeah, and the prep. Well, I have no right to complain about prep because my sweetheart of a husband does all of that stuff when it comes to the cooking. Whoa, can you say have some paint, Susan? This was why the second plate is there, so that I can do that. And those of you that came in late, I put fabric instead of my mat down underneath my plate so that I can do this if I need to roll off any paint. Or just put the brayer down. All right. So this time, it's backwards. I'm backwards. Whoops. Do I have a suitable background first? Shoot. Okay, we're going to make this work. Somehow we're going to make this work. Thank you, Drew. This is a longer piece of fennel, but it's kind of bent. That's not going to work. Whoops, I don't need my little poppy in there. Gonna put that one in there, and then I thought I saw. Ah, come on, Susan. I did have a couple of ferns. Whoa, and the leaves went flying. I'm gonna try it with just one perfect fern. All right, and where are the backgrounds? Where are the backgrounds? Okay, this one we're just going to add to this. Do I have a round background in here? Let's see what happens when we just add this. Pound cake and strawberries with a chocolate is a fave. Yes. Hey, Janet. Happy to have you here. I know you're working your day job. Oh, lasagna. I haven't had lasagna in a long. I haven't had good lasagna in a long time. Yeah, when you have a birthday festival, you can have more than one dish. How's your big, huge counted cross stitch? Is it counted cross stitch or needlepoint? Coming, Janet. All right. Just got just a little bit of color on there, and that's okay. That is okay. And then that one got kind of crummy. I do not have any Titan Buff, but I should have had this ready to go, and it's not ready to go. Khaki's kind of dark. Just got a little bit of white with it. Let's see if we can get that to spread. Probably not very well, but we're going to try. I don't know. I might have messed this one up. I wasn't prepped with a good. We'll see what we get. Oh, peanut butter is so yummy for me. Not everybody's thing, but I do enjoy my peanut butter. Yeah, this may not have worked. I was not thinking, but we'll take what we get, right? We will take what we get. Nothing else. We're going to have another background with more layers on it. And ooh, eclairs, yum. Yum, yum, yum. I keep going back to the tissue paper. You can tell that's one of my favorites. I didn't get the fern, but I sure have a pretty background here. It's cross stitch. Okay, so she's coming around. It's got little metallic flecks in there. This might work for my other projects. Victoria, I do the same thing with peanut butter. I just eat it by the spoonful. Diane's mom makes her eclairs. Oh, nice. Okay, this is another good background. All right, that's good. So now I'm going to come back with my ferns and my dark green. This is going to work. Maybe a little bit more. It is not wet strength tissue paper. This is just, I didn't even, I have wet strength tissue paper, but I didn't even dig it out. I want to use up my wrapping paper first. So that's what it is. Just put a tiny bit more here. for versions of tiny. Not exactly tiny, but it's okay. We're going to need a couple nice ones here just before I'm done. All right. I'm going to put my fern on here. And a couple of other ferns I could put here. Here. And then maybe we'll just have a little leaf coming down here. All right. We need to get the excess paint off first. These are just scraps that are just about the right size. Not exactly. Need a little bigger. Just a little bigger. I'm going to have paper all over the floor here. It just keeps, tissue paper is so light, it just keeps flying out. All right. Joanne says, I love food, but I'm too lazy to cook it. Joanne, I am so spoiled. My husband loves to cook. We discovered early on in our relationship that cooking relaxes him, and it really stresses me. All right. Do I have a good? I'm hoping those. All right. I got a nice fern there. And these are just beginning to build up. Some leaves there. And go back. Good night, Lucy. I hope you feel better soon. And let's go back to this one. Oh, peanut butter and honey. Yep, that was what I took to school all the time when I was a kid. Peanut butter and honey sandwiches. And I would love the way the crust would get all crunchy when the honey soaked in. All right. Let's see. Interesting. This did not come out nearly as well as I thought. You just have a lot of, it's a nice background, but I didn't get my print. Let's see if I got my fern on this one. No. Okay. It's okay. We're going to do it again. And we're going to put a little bit of the gold in here. Okay, a lot of bit of the gold. Sometimes it works without having to put something else over it to pick it up, and sometimes it doesn't. And, you know, either way is fine. I'm fine. I'm going to put the fern there, and I'm going to put my other little guys. No, I'm not going to put anything else on there. I'm just going to leave it. Peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. That does not sound good. Or peanut butter and pickle. Yes, peanut butter and pickle sandwiches is absolutely good, but it has to be sweet pickles. Peanut butter and bananas is not good to me. I love peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. That was my comfort food as a kid. All right, I have just a hint of the fern on there, and I'm okay with that. And I wished I would have left it for registration purposes, but I'll do another one. I'm going to kind of go off center. Not a fan of sweet and savory together. I can't even tell you when that started with me. Well, I wrecked that one. That didn't work. Oh, well. We got a little bit of paint left. Just a little bit of paint left. No, it's not going to be enough paint. Not enough paint. Pre-mixed peanut butter and chocolate, like peanut butter and Nutella. Peanut butter in vanilla ice cream with honey or maple syrup. My great grandmother would only buy vanilla or butter pecan ice cream. Had to jazz it up. Ooh. I like my bananas on their own. All right, let's see if we can. No, that's subtle enough. I like that. Anything else in here we can jazz up a little? All right, that's kind of boring as it is, so we're going to see if we can line it mostly up. It might make it worse. I don't know. Joanne mixes peanut butter into vegetable soup. Drew likes peanut butter with Asian pears or apples. Also peanut butter toast with butter. I tried Nutella. It didn't really do it for me. Okay, what I got here is a mess. Hot mess. It's a hot mess. All right, I know what I'm going to do to close off so that we land on something good. I'm just looking for a little something that we can maybe pick up that fern, or maybe not. Sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. Anybody else sprinkle salt on peanut butter on toast? Asks Paula. So I got a little bit of the fern, but not much. All right, I want to do a couple just really, I like this green metallic color. And so I'm just going to do a couple with full registration, just the same color over them. And let's do one with the fennel because it's fennel and we like the fennel. I'm going to do it on a new piece of paper. All right, as we're coming to a close, anybody have any deep burning questions they need to ask? Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to go I usually have some cashews when I'm done with you guys. So I'll sit down and have some cashews and my water and just veg for a few minutes. All right, so all I want to do here is just get all the lines of the fennel that I can. And then I'm just going to pull it up very carefully. You can do this with tissue paper too. And I'm not going to pull it all the way off the plate so that I can just pick the fennel up and take it off and then put the thing back down again. And you're not going to see as much of it because this is all one color, but yeah, I like to do that, but not always, to do the light coat over it. Okay, so I've got some great fennel lines in here. Where'd my dark one go? Well, you'll have to take my word for it. I'll put this underneath it. Maybe it'll show a little better. A little bit here. So now that I've got this green, now I'm going to take the gold. Very, very light gold. And where was that? Let's see if I can go just off to the side. And see if I can get this back on there. I've got just very, very light gold. This might work, it might not. Yeah, it really shows the patterns of the leaves when you can do it like this and they land This may not show up much because the gold's about the same tone, but we'll see. And just having the subtle botanical stuff in the background, you know, can really do. No, I did get a lot more gold on here, but I kind of want to have that little bit of the fern there. So what I'm going to do is one more shot. More there and just very light there. I don't want to take too much of it. Back again with my fern. And one more time on the print. And then we'll go from a different corner here. This is just playtime. And, you know, if you are stressing out over making things for a particular deadline that you have either imposed upon yourself or is imposed by somebody else or society, I hope you take some time to just kick back and do a play day like this. Like, I'm not making any of this thinking I want to use this print and such and such. It's like I'm making stuff and we'll see what happens with it afterwards. All right, I got a little bit more. I lost some of the fennel, but I got a little bit more of the fern in there. And I'm okay with that. You know, it's all about the play day. I've got some nice fern prints. I've got some nice fennel prints. Let's see what else we've got here. Let me get the paint bottles out of the way and we'll see what we've got. I've got some bases to start with here. The other thing that's nice about this, okay, this is nothing to look at, but I can come back over here and lay out some botanical prints. And then I've got my circle all ready to go. Hey, Marjorie, I hope you had a nice work time. I know you tend to work a lot while I'm playing, and that's always fun because then later I get to see what you worked on. You know, there's some neat things here. Just seeing that little bit of the fern peek through here, the metallic is showing it's some nice things to layer up. And when you're working with the translucent paper, you know, you've got something like this, you can put something else behind it and you're going to get fun time. Look at this. I did a lot of papers. They don't have to be awesome. All your work does not have to be ready to go hang in the art gallery. So take that pressure off yourself. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I'm going to leave this one on top. Take the pressure off of yourself and please just relax and have fun. Because if you're not having fun, if you're not having a good time, then why are you doing it? Right? Don't put the pressure on yourself. Go play. Make sure you share in the group. If you're not already in the group, please join us so we can kick over to 400 subscribers or members. This paper, I played with deli paper and tissue paper today. That's all I did. Deli paper and tissue paper. Beatrice, look at you. Just as I'm getting ready to go. Everybody, Beatrice Helton. If you have not checked out the video I posted in our group of her talking about the process, she and I share a thought process about art needs to be fun. You need to be enjoying the process and not worrying so much about the end result. Thank you guys for joining me. It was so much fun to hang with you today. And thanks for letting me help keep little Miss Perfectionist in the back seat of the car where she belongs. I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.